Hi, good afternoon, everyone. สวัสดีค่ะ Miss Rebecca. สวัสดีค่ะ Mr. Ernesto. Right. So the aging trend is becoming a major concern in Hong Kong. At present, 25% of Hong Kong people are elderly people. Or you can say that every four of us, one will be elder person. Today, we have Miss Rebecca from Golden Age Foundation and Mr. Ernesto from Bamrung Rat International Hospital Hong Kong office. Could you please introduce yourself to us?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rebecca of Golden Age Foundation, which is a registered charity in Hong Kong. Our mission is to develop smart aging cities in Asia to tackle the huge aging challenges. So we'd like to empower golden agers, people who are 45 and above. I suppose there are quite many here, to become a new driving force of society and to develop the golden age economy, which can meet the increasing needs of golden ages.
Yeah, I'm Ernesto Ng, and the Executive Directors of the Bumrung Hospitals rep office in Hong Kong. But first of all, I need to declare that I'm a doctor, but just a representative for the Bumrung Hospitals in Hong Kong.
Thank you so much. So, Hong Kong people are well served with city parks. We have world-renowned restaurants and quality of hospitals. A few miles away from here, we can reach beautiful mountains where you can go for hiking, or beaches, you can go for swimming and also surfing. This quality of life reflects the aging population in Hong Kong. Mrs. Rebecca, you were invited by the DITP to visit the senior home in Chiang Mai. Could you please share with us about that? And also, what you can see the potential in Thailand to attract Hong Kong people and elderly Hong Kong market?
Yeah, I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed to be able to visit Chiang Mai and Bangkok 2 years ago upon invitation of the Thai government. Well, in fact, I had a second home in Thailand 35 years ago. So it's not only men that have a second home. I also have a second home there when I was a business entrepreneur organizing jewelry exhibitions in Bangkok. 35 to 40 years ago. So you know how old I am already.
Not really.
So after I changed my career into a social entrepreneur and social innovator, I stopped going to Thailand for some time, but I still go there for my family vacations and we totally enjoyed it. So 2 years ago when I visited Bangkok and Chiang Mai to study the elderly home industry there, I was totally stunned because the quality of service is very high and also the equipment there is very advanced. Plus, Thailand is so famous for its hospitality. So I talked to the elderly people who stay at elderly homes there. They find it very much at home and found that they could really relax, having to regain their physical strength and also to recover from their mental illness as well. So this is something that I found very encouraging indeed.
Yes. And also, you have some information to share about us about the elderly situation in Hong Kong right now?
Yes. Well, we have been talking about the aging population. So it's a worldwide phenomenon, and this is the first time in human history that we have many people aged 65 and above. For example, in Hong Kong, you can see from the graph that we are going to have over 31% of our population aged 65 and above in 2036, which is only 15 years from now. So that would constitute about 1/3 of our population. And then the next good thing is longevity. Longevity is it's a huge celebration for modern society. And for the first time in history, we have people living much longer. So from this chart, you can see that Hong Kong has surpassed Japan since 2016 to become the longest life expectancy city in the world. So the average life expectancy of women is 88.13 years, and for men is 82.34. For example, my mother is already 93, so
Wow.
touch wood, maybe I could live to beyond 90, and nowadays, many people, they age about 100 already. In fact,
Yes.
babies who are born today can expect to live beyond the year 100. So longevity is important, but health is also very important.
Yes, that is very interesting.
So I'd like to talk a little bit more about the medical concerns. Of course, we have long life, but then for elderly people, medical concern is the top priority for us. So if anything, COVID-19 has taught us, it tells us that health is most important, and preventive health is more important than ever. We don't go to the doctor when we are sick, but we need to look after ourselves. But then in Hong Kong, the public, as you may know, the public healthcare system is affordable, but at the same time is overcrowded. So with the increasing number in the elderly population, we are not prepared to serve such high number of elderly people. And that will create a huge problem for us, because for elderly, if we need care at any time, so we cannot wait. But on the other hand, we do also have excellent private health services. However, the cost is very high. Not all people can afford it. So this is one thing that we need to look into, and also we need to give people more options. So that is why we find that over the past 10, 20 years, many people actually they travel to other countries for medical checkup or for medical or rehabilitation services. So in the past, quite a lot of people used to go to Taiwan, but increasingly more people are going to Thailand as well because of the good private hospital service there. And of course, some people may go to mainland China, to the Greater Bay Area, but nowadays the Greater Bay Area may not be so cheap anymore because of the inflation in renminbi, and also the level of living there is quite high. So I would see that there is huge area for Thai medical practitioners and also medical health services, wellness services to attract more people from Hong Kong. And then talking about this, about the cost of living, in Hong Kong, as you may all know, housing is a serious challenge for us.
Yes.
And for people who don't have a house in Hong Kong, then after their retirement, it will be very hard for them, because if you want to go into government subsidized elderly home, you have to wait for 5 years, or for some people until they die, they couldn't get a place.
Yes, that's so sad.
But then for private nursing homes, they are very, very expensive. So that is why it's causing a lot of problem for Hong Kong people. And this is the reason why some of them are thinking of moving away from Hong Kong. So I would say that for Thailand, as the elderly home care services has been developing, there are lots of new elderly care models with great service. So I think it is a matter of time for more people to know about it. Of course, at present, more marketing and promotion needs to be done, because people know about Thailand as a tourism hotspot, or maybe medical hotspot as well.
Yes.
But they may not know that in Thailand, we have many types of elderly services or
Correct.
retirement homes. So I think more promotion, maybe Kun Ann and your team could work more about it, let more people know about it.
Yes.
So another thing that I learned from COVID is that we need to stay together. Okay. Yeah, we need to stay together in the Asian region, because I think Asian people, we have a lot of in common, especially between Thailand and Hong Kong. We enjoy each other's culture, food, etc. So I think Asian cities should really work together and share our experiences. So that is why we organize the Golden Age Experience Summit every year, because we feel that for private enterprises, governments, NGOs, and social enterprises and professionals, really we should have more cross-sector collaboration and bring out new ways of caring for the elderly.
Yes.
And then this year, we are going to have it held from the end of August, August 27th to the 29th.
Physical, right?
Yeah, physical, yeah.
Great.
So I would like to invite all of you to come here, join us, because we will, apart from the physical event, we also have the virtual event, which will happen next week from the mid of August to September the 15th for 1 whole month. So it's a virtual portal. You can enter it anytime, anywhere. And then at the end of August, please join us at the convention center to exchange information, to share good practices, and to foster collaboration.
Thank you so much for useful information. Okay, so people who interested to join this event, you can go to HKCEC on the 27th to 29th this month, and also online. Please don't forget, start from 16, correct? Until 16 this month until 15 of September.
Yes, for 1 month. And then the physical event at the end of August for 3 days.
Thank you so much. All right, so now we learned that aging population in Hong Kong is becoming serious. So I believe that so many of us already looking for the healthcare or looking for the hospital to serve us. So, Mr. Ernesto, could you please share with us about Bamrungrad International Hospital?
Okay, yes. Thank you very much for giving me the time to share with you and introduce to you something about the Bumrungrad. I think most of the people in Hong Kong already heard about the Bumrungrad, but I think less of them maybe doesn't know what means of the Bumrungrad, what it means. So anyone on the floor that you know what means of the Bumrungrad? Now, actually, Bumrungrad means yes. Thank you. Well, Bumrungrad means caring for people. So this is the hospital's mission that they wish to provide a quality medical care service to the public. This is all the time that a very important missions for the hospital. So actually, today I just introduced to you that Bumrungrad is one of the 10 best hospitals in Asia. So it provides comprehensive medical care service to the public. If you just want to compare, what's similar to hospitals in Hong Kong, so I can say that maybe the Hong Kong Sanatorium Hospital in Hong Kong, is more or less the same as the Bumrungrad Hospital. But definitely in terms of the pricing, actually it is one lower than in Hong Kong. So this is but in Bumrungrad Hospital, actually they have a very good team in UK. I cancer treatment or the orthopedic for the bones problems, knees problem or the spine problems. This is all the medical care. They have a very strong team in doing that. And sector which is very And
so much for the information, especially the statistic part. Very interesting. How many like Hong Kong people go to Thailand for medical at Bamrung Rat Hospital? I remember I went to arrive there. They will reach you
I'm being but it's different from just Anne just mentions about to Phuket, and then maybe yesterday there's over 100 people flying to Phuket. Is a very good news. COVID-19 to control the infections of the pandemic. Those patients with or with pandemic, so that to avoid infection.
Prepared until the border is open, then we can still resume our businesses. But as far as medical services is concerned, because we've been talking about telemedicine for quite some time,
Yeah.
I'm just and then when they are able to travel, then you could and expand your client. This is my view.
Medicine, what they will how common grad. Well, there are two kinds. One is medicines, the other one is the supplements. So for medicines is I think people when after they have the treatments, the medicines, they have to ask whether how increase. It was So in that kinds of supplements, it can easily
Yes.
to deliver into Hong Kong without any barriers.
All right. So people who are interested to reach Bamrung Rat Hospital, we have the contact display on the.
I like to share with you something because Jenny just asked me something about what measures that we are doing in
Yeah. And people who interested in contacting the Bamrung Rat Hospital can.
Yes.
We have the information.
We have another
on the-
slide that's showing the
Yes.
context of the hospitals in Hong Kong.
Yes. Thank you so much. So we still have more information about elderly care and wellness in Thailand for you. So stay tuned with us. I give you back to Kun Watanyu.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, Ka.
everybody.
Sawasdee.
Please give a big hand. Please give a big hand.